Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Curse of Oak Island closing in on elusive offset chamber. The Curse of Oak Island has been trying to get underground for a few seasons of snow. Rain and flooding have stopped them every step of the way. However, they recently started using more high-tech equipment in their exploration and believe they have finally discovered underground chambers and passages they can work toward. Here's what they just found concerning the elusive offset chamber on the island. Will Curse of Oak Island finally find offset chamber? The guys on the Curse of Oak Island have been trying everything they can to find and get into the elusive offset chamber that they believe will lead them to the mythical treasure. However, they keep facing obstacles that make it harder and harder as they go. This week's episode showed them homing in on locating the elusive flood tunnels that they think it is protecting the treasure. They have been using cutting-edge technology lately, allowing them to see underground without digging and tunneling. This radar, the GPR tech, has detected what they believe is the offset chamber in the Money Pit area. The synopsis read, as the team continues to uncover evidence that they may be close to the flood tunnels, cutting-edge, ground-penetrating radar results detect what could be the elusive offset chamber in the Money Pit, via Reddit. However, as many fans might have expected, while they teased the fabled offset chamber, they never actually found it and just hinted that they had a better idea of where it could be. Fans on Reddit were not impressed. You mean the completely fabricated offset chamber? We need Gary to swoop in and find some nails and costume jewelry. Rip garden shaft. If only the technology existed to pump water out of a hole. Are they finding anything on Curse of Oak Island? With so many fans tired of the Curse of Oak Island's promise of tunnels, vaults, Viking treasure, and Knights Templar connections, the show tries to give them a different reason to watch. Rick Lagina said it isn't about finding treasure regarding his TV show. According to Rick, people should watch the show to learn history. You'll learn history on the History Channel about this really unique place. A world-class mystery as yet unsolved and a world-class treasure hunt. In fact, the world's longest-running treasure hunt. So stay tuned, please. It's going to be a heck of a ride. Rick and company took trips to other locations this season alone to learn more about the Vikings settling into North America. While this information supports theories that Vikings were on the island in the past, it was mostly about teaching people about how Vikings made their way to this part of the world. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the swamp and the surrounding treetops on Oak Island. The Lagina brothers, Rick and Marty, stood at the edge of the Money Pit site, their eyes scanning the intricate web of equipment and markers that dotted the excavation zone. After years of tireless searching and countless theories, they were closer than ever to uncovering the island's greatest secret, the elusive offset chamber. "This is it, Marty," Rick said, his voice tinged with both excitement and caution. "Every clue, every map, every core sample has led us to this moment." Marty nodded, his analytical mind racing through the data that had brought them here. The offset chamber, often theorized to be a cleverly hidden repository connected to the Money Pit, had eluded treasure hunters for centuries. But the team's latest findings, a combination of sonar scans, ground-penetrating radar, and strategically placed boreholes, indicated they were mere feet away from its location. The rest of the team gathered around, each member bringing their unique expertise to the table. Craig Tester reviewed the latest seismic results, Charles Barkhouse pored over historical documents for any last-minute insights, and Jack Begley, ever the optimist, prepared the excavation tools with a mix of determination and excitement. A historical puzzle. The journey to this point had been anything but straightforward. The legend of Oak Island's treasure was as old as the island itself, steeped in tales of pirates, secret societies, and enigmatic symbols. Over the years, the search had unearthed tantalizing artifacts, from ancient coins to mysterious manuscripts, but the offset chamber had always been a tantalizing phantom, just out of reach. "If this chamber exists," Craig said, pointing to a set of overlapping radar scans, "it's buried within this anomaly, roughly 150 feet down. The structure here is irregular, almost as if it was intentionally concealed." Intentionally is the key word, Charles added, his eyes lighting up with the passion of a historian. The builders of the money pit didn't just dig a hole and bury treasure, they engineered a system to protect it: flood tunnels, booby traps, and perhaps even this offset chamber as a decoy or an additional safeguard. Digging deeper. The excavation crew fired up their state-of-the-art drilling rig, its mechanical arms descending with precision into the marked location. The hum of machinery filled the air, mingling with the anticipation that hung heavy among the team. "We're hitting something," the lead driller called out. "Feels like wood. Maybe timbers." Rick and Marty exchanged a look. Could this be the long-buried evidence they'd been searching for? The drill brought up fragments of wood, each piece examined meticulously under magnifying lenses. The texture, the grain, the composition, everything pointed to it being centuries old. Even more intriguing, traces of an unusual resin-like substance were found on the wood, suggesting it had been waterproofed. "It matches the descriptions we've seen in old accounts," Jack said, holding up a piece of the wood. "This could be part of a support structure for the chamber." As the drilling continued, the team's geologist, Terry Matheson, analyzed the soil layers being brought up. "We're definitely in an area that's been disturbed by human activity," he confirmed. "But there's something else. The soil composition changes dramatically about 10 feet below where we are now." Breaking through. Hours turned into a grueling day, but the team's persistence paid off. As the drill reached the anomaly, it struck a hollow space. A camera probe was quickly lowered into the borehole, revealing what lay beneath. The images were grainy but unmistakable. The offset chamber was there, its wooden beams forming a box-like structure reinforced with iron brackets. The walls appeared to be lined with some form of clay, perhaps an additional waterproofing measure. In the dim light of the camera's LED, something glinted faintly on the chamber floor. "Gold?" Marty asked, leaning closer to the monitor. "Could be," Craig replied, his voice steady but charged with excitement. "Or maybe something even more significant. The next steps." The discovery of the chamber was a monumental breakthrough, but accessing it presented its own set of challenges. The team had to navigate the ever-present risk of flooding, a hallmark of the money pit's ingenious design. A detailed plan was put into motion, involving a combination of freezing the surrounding ground and constructing a watertight shaft to safely reach the chamber. "We're not taking any chances," Rick said, addressing the crew. "This isn't just about treasure. It's about history, about solving a mystery that's captivated people for centuries." The operation required precision and patience. Engineers worked around the clock, their efforts watched closely by the Lagunas and the rest of the team. The shaft inched closer to the chamber, each foot gained bringing with it a mix of hope and anxiety, revealing the secrets. Finally, the day came. A small team descended into the newly constructed shaft, equipped with high-resolution cameras and sampling tools. As they breached the chamber's outer wall, a rush of stale air greeted them, air that hadn't been breathed in centuries. Inside, the chamber was both smaller and more intricate than anyone had imagined. Wooden crates sat stacked in one corner, their surfaces marked with symbols that defied immediate interpretation. A layer of silt covered the floor, hiding whatever treasures or artifacts lay beneath. The team worked carefully, documenting every detail. One crate was pried open, revealing a collection of gold coins and what appeared to be an ornate chalice. Another contained rolled parchments, their surfaces fragile but adorned with writing that hinted at ancient origins. The bigger picture. As the findings were brought to the surface, the reality of what they had uncovered began to sink in. The offset chamber wasn't just a hiding spot for treasure, it was a time capsule, a glimpse into a bygone era. The artifacts suggested connections to multiple cultures and periods, raising new questions about who had constructed the chamber and why. For Rick and Marty, the discovery was a validation of years of effort and belief, but they knew the journey wasn't over. Each artifact, each piece of wood and parchment, was a clue in a larger puzzle that might take years to fully understand. "We've taken a huge step forward," Rick said, his voice filled with gratitude and determination, "but the island's secrets are far from fully revealed."